Well, hello and welcome to tonight's show. A bit more of the blaster combination of dual pistols and martial combat. One of the people that has caught my video on demand in YouTube had asked what my power sets were or what I recommended for powers. So we have a little bit of time. Let's take a look. I'll see if I can't pull up information regarding my plan and what I'm currently running. So, hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. Today has been a little complicated, not gonna lie. Alright. Let us take a look and see what we're running currently for enhancements. So, of all the ones that are possible, this is what I'm currently running. And let me see if I can kind of make sense of this. There are powers that I skipped mostly because I didn't see the benefit versus what I'd be using it for. So, in this build, and granted, I am not a great min-maxer. I am not. I just picked something I wanted a certain style of and stuck with it. I ended up skipping suppressive fire. It's a stun, minor amount of damage, and what I was thinking when I had it was I don't care so much about the stun. I would rather be able to kill them. So in most cases, my damage mitigation consists of more damage. If I can actually knock them down or make them not alive, they can't damage me. The other one I didn't take in my dual pistols is piercing rounds. It was a very narrow cone and hard to line up. And you can only do up to 3 enemies. Really good damage, but given the recharge, it was a long recharge. It was a difficult cone to maneuver. It just didn't seem like it worked out very well for me. I only skipped one power in secondary, and that is throw sand. And that's another daze. I figure if I'm in my rotation, I would rather, again, just do damage. So that's about it. Now, the ones I think that are most important for me, definitely reaction time. Reaction time is huge. Very, very huge. It does a minus move. It does a plus recovery. It slows down full recharge. Right? So I don't know if you guys have been catching it, but the way that I've been playing this is I end up doing burst of speed, which is kind of a combat teleport. Teleports me into a group. And then when I'm in that group, I end up doing point blank area effect attacks and potentially also hail of bullet. Well, not hail of bullets. I'm sorry. Bullet rain. Depends on my timers. So that is my plan for this. Then I also went fairly heavy into addition of powers on the side. So kind of the standard, I did the fighting pool, added tough. Obviously, I'm not really slacking it out very well here. Did weave, did scorpion shield. I was looking to go more defense based rather than resist based because it's slightly easier to get defense than it is to max out your resist against things. So I have maneuvers, what I can't really afford to run a whole lot because I'm still not really well set up regarding my use of endurance or stamina. Let me see if I can pop up where I want to go with this. We will add a source. And it will be what are we adding? It's not that. It's not that. Is it a window capture? Let's go window capture. Okay. Add source. Add new source. And let's see if I can pop mids up here. Window, Pocket D, Streamlabs, mids. All right, so let me see if I can't make this make sense. All right, so here's my mids. This is where I want to go with it, right? Let me see if I can't kind of overexpand it here. There we go. So this is where I want to go with the build ultimately. Some of it's not set up exactly correctly, like we have, double check to make sure you guys can see this. Looks like you can. All right. So a couple things I have wrong regarding my build currently, and one of them is that obviously I'm not running sets for most of my primaries. I guess I'm about half and half. And I did do superior for both of these, so I'm actually kind of up to speed on these. I've only got one really correct set for this. I should have been going with attuned, and I did not. I'm also going to rethink this reaction time thing, because it looks to me like it maxes out at 30, and there's got to be better options. So I'll look into that a bit more. Burst of speed, I'm going to stay with obliteration. I don't know that there's a higher thing than obliteration. Is there superior obliteration? Not really sure. But I'm hoping that as I actually level up with and get rid of the various different, IOs, that my set bonuses will make it so that I'm much more able to sustain damage and do a increased global recharge. That's the plan. All right, let me see if I can turn mids off here. Here we go. And we'll get that back on the screen. There we go. Somehow I managed to drag that sucker off the screen, but we should be set up again. All right, so that's it. Problem I have is almost all of these things are going to be very, very expensive. My executioner shot, I think we're looking at Superior Winter's Bite. So Superior Winter's Bite is going to be about 20 to 20 million per. Actually, that's not even true. Winter's Bite's going to be 20 to 22 million, and then I'm going to have to do the upgrades in order to make them superior. But that gives me endurance recovery, resistance to fire and cold, resist effect. It's not the best one for me to try to do right now. Storm Kick has got superior blistering cold, which is going to be endurance recovery, resistance, defense smashing lethal, defense and melee, and defense fire cold, and a bit of defense cold. I'm sorry, defense for AoE. So all of these are going to ultimately end up getting me closer and closer towards the soft cap for defenses. Don't know that I'm going to get there. Haven't planned it out that well. And like I said, I think that reaction time is going to end up changing in some way. Because reaction time what is reaction time? Let me see what else I can put into reaction time. Set. Reaction time set. I can put in regenerative tissue. See, I'm more interested in the slow. Elizabeth, thank you for the follow. So we're looking at Regenerative tissue is a possibility. We've got curtail speed. We've got impeded swiftness. What are we running for right now? We're running impeded swiftness right now. It's not the best. So back to sets. Over to slow. We've got tempered readiness. We've got pacing of the turtle. How does that look? Defense ranged. It's got a possibility. Maybe pacing of the turtle. We've also got Ice Mistral's Torment, which is added advancements, more accuracy, resist slow, resist recharge slow, enhancement recharge time. It could be handy. Could be handy. Anyhow, I'm not locked into what I'm currently running here. The bonuses maybe not just aren't worth it. And, this is going to be one of the ones that I'm going to come back to probably at the very end, whenever that end ends up being. So, anyhow, enough of that. But I'd like to actually snip this, and I will. And I will forward that to the person saying, which powers do you want to avoid and which powers do you want to take? Honestly, it just depends on your playing style. The way I play this is... and I can probably do it here. I have keybinds so that I can actually teleport to the target and do my area effect attack, right? So I can pop there. Then I can do this attack. And if they're still alive, I can actually do my judgment. Or I can do bullet rain. Or if I want to, I can still do Dragon's Tail. So, the idea behind it is I pop in, I do damage, and I take damage. So, it's not the greatest build regarding being able to avoid stuff, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind dying, especially once once you're into the 50s. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. So, let me see. We're looking at defeating all the villains in the warehouse. Let us go to Ouroboros and pop over to Peregrine. Hope everybody has got a... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice, Elizabeth. You're raiding with a party of 11. Welcome, everybody. And thank you for the raid, Elizabeth. All right. I need to go to... I forgot where I was going to. King's Row. So I'm not saving a lot of time. King's Row. I don't know about you guys, but one of the things I played this game back when it was live initially, and I loved the game. But you know how life is, where you kind of get busy and other games come out and you get distracted, and then eventually you may find your way coming back. I just got done paying for it, even when it became free to play. I just, I figured that the developers had worked their love in it, and it was obvious, so I kept on paying the monthly fees, even though I hadn't been playing for probably 2 or 3 years. And I had heard that they were shutting down the servers, and I thought, well, I need to get on again before they shut down. And I remember starting up a new character, even though I had, a bunch of 50s at the time. And going to King's Row and just enjoying jumping from building to building. And I know it seems stupid, but it is just one of the simplest joys I think I've ever experienced in a game, is just this process of building hopping in King's Row. I don't know why it's so cool to me, but it just is. It's like one of the great joys You know, a game that actually made travel fun was very unique when this game came out. Its contemporaries at that time were things like EverQuest. EverQuest at the time was full of time sinks and things that were designed to slow you down and keep you from being able to level, including traveling. So this came out and you could figure out that, okay, I can actually get online and I can be doing missions or having fun within minutes rather than spending an hour traveling to a different location. And if you guys are around during EverQuest, you may remember that people were being paid in-game gold to basically escort. So what was happening was they would hire on like bards to run them across the plains, and or possibly druids as well. Those are the good old days. And corpse runs were a thing because when you died in the game, you would basically keep running in a certain direction after you died. So it was a mess of time sinks. And at the time, oh hey, look, we got Christina here. I think that I got Discord running.
You do.
I do. All right.
You were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you.
All right. Welcome.
You were kind of like midstream on something, and I didn't want to be the distraction.
Oh, okay.
Continue. I'm listening.
So the game's contemporaries at the time were all about really giving you the illusion of having gigantic worlds by having to take forever for you to travel from place to place. So their idea was we're going to slow leveling down as much as possible while making it very, very difficult to get from A to B. And when this game came out around the same time as like EverQuest and its contemporaries, it was one of those ones where it was like, wow, it's actually fun to go from place to place. And they've taken a lot of the pain points out of the game. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Oop, I'm held. I'm having some buyer's regret regarding picking Carnival of Shadows. But the other option was Malta, and Malta is like just as miserable.
Yeah, it is.
Running away, are you? Yeah, we got raided by a group of 11 right away by Elizabeth, which is nice. Oh, appreciate it. And the majority are still here. Unaffected. Anyhow, one of the comments on Facebook, not Facebook because I'm not on Facebook, on the video on demand page on YouTube was what powers do I recommend for dual pistols and martial combat and which ones do you skip? And I'm like, it just depends. Depends on how you want to. Yeah, it depends on how you want to play. If you want to play up and personal with things, you definitely can. For me, I do more damage from a distance, but if I get up close, I want to be able to do damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a hybrid position. Yeah. I'll shoot. I'm not aware of things that you played. Did you play mostly console games growing up, or did you actually have PC games?
I played, when I was playing PC games, this is going to show the age gap between us. I was playing like The Lion King and Doom. Were like
Well,
the
see,
PC
Doom is
games
actually
of
kind
my
of
era.
Doom is kind of pre all of that, though.
Doom was great. I had a lot of fun with it. And you know how you could change the audios in Doom on PC to like whatever you wanted it to be? And so like I had it set so like, embarrassing. But I was like, I swear I was like 11. I had it set so that when the demons were approaching, they farted. And just the little things that make you giggle every time because of like the small background customization aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I did that. I started off playing games on Atari. And did that until I was about 10. And then moved on to PC for a bit, and then had my Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis, the forgotten platform.
And then I went from, because I'm such a Sega person, never got a PlayStation. Never had a PlayStation my whole life. Do you know what I went and got? A Dreamcast. How many people got a Dreamcast?
Because you were a Sega person, so yeah.
As a Sega person, and I loved the Japanese games, and so you could buy pirated Japanese games everywhere. There was a store locally that would download them, and you could get them that way, and it was amazing. Now, did you know what they were saying? No, you had no idea. But the graphics and the fight style and everything.
So you were all in the fighting games then?
Mostly. I played Rival Schools.
I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like Battle Royale.
Oh, I see.
Style.
Mm-hmm.
But, I played Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Yeah, mostly fighting games. The only, world game where I played was Sonic the Hedgehog, and I played that through all the different versions. And I remember, the pinnacle for me was spending an entire summer in 6th grade determined I was going to beat the entire game.
On what game, I'm sorry?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, okay.
And it was, hours and hours and hours of my life that I will never, ever get back. But I remember the end being, there's this one, I don't know if you've ever played Sonic, but there's this one section where it's all loops, and it's all about momentum, and if you don't have enough momentum, you can't, make your way around anything, so you just keep failing. And so there's a touch to it, right?
Sure.
If you have too much momentum, you launch yourself out there, but if you don't have enough momentum, you won't make it all the way around. And I spent weeks of the summer just trying to finesse through that final 2 levels, and the sense of victory getting it done is immense. But yeah, I played my Dreamcast all the way up through college.
Yeah.
And it actually got stolen out of the lounge room.
You kept it in the lounge?
Well, we brought it down to the lounge because all of us were playing on the big TV. So
the big TV being 32 inches or something like that?
At that time, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, in the rooms, everybody had the little box, 12-inch.
Yeah.
So we brought it down and we were drinking and playing and decided we would all take no-dos and do a tournament. I should never take no-dos.
Yeah. Were you on crack cocaine?
Oh my god, yes. Yes, I had palpitations and everything. And you know what? I only took 1 dose. 1 dose. I didn't sleep for 48 hours. It was very intense for me. And finally crashed The tournament had been over for like half a day at that point, because it wound up going like it was a day, like on and off, and then we were all done. I went back down to get it the next day after dinner, and everything was gone. So it had been all of us in and out, in and out, in and out, just kind of steady playing between classes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone just took it. And the thing is what are you going to do with it? You know how hard it is to get games for that thing? Like, there's no street value to a frippin' Dreamcast.
Indigo and her partner Crimson are very different personalities. Crimson is second half of the Malfish. Determined as ever. I'm going to do the Malta group after all. So Crimson, we need to go up to Peregrine. I'm getting tired, not of the screaming, but of the being invulnerable thing.
Oh yeah.
So.
Can you select a mission, please?
I can't because I don't have one.
Oh.
I'm going to go talk to Crimson on Peregrine.
Gotcha.
And then I'll pick one, or I'll highlight it after that.
So yeah, that was my. But I was playing like Doom and like The Lion King and
I didn't even know. To be honest, I didn't even know Lion King was a game.
On PC?
On anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. The music was great. It was the whole soundtrack.
Okay.
I don't know. I spent a lot of time as like a Disney geek where I had like all the soundtracks on CD in my little book, and when I was solo in the car, I would just like blast The Little Mermaid or The Lion King or Aladdin, and it's back when like they didn't care about things being PC.
All right, we need to go to Talos.
Talos. Okay. The music was good. It was a different time.
Yeah. You didn't feel like you were underrepresented being, mocha colored?
Being a person partially colored? Partially of color?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, old people in the state that I moved to still called me colored, which I found was an odd convention considering I came from the South.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's unfortunate. Maine is not as progressive as it appears to be from the outside.
I think it's more... There's a lot of, I don't want to be mean and say virtue signaling, but a lot of it is sort of...
Well, I think that's probably accurate. It's a lot easier to talk about how everything's wrong rather than, offer suggestions for making things right.
It's also just, to your point about the softening of language. It's like, okay...
Everybody's going to be a victim. Yeah.
Well, and not just that. Their way of changing people from that perspective. And so this is the thing. Instead of teaching people empathy or compassion, right? So they're saying, oh, we're bringing in these refugees and everybody's against it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're bringing in crime. They're all different religions. They're a different color. They eat different food. And instead of figuring out how to, like, teach tolerance, per se, they're like, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to call them all New Mainers instead of calling them refugees. Because if you're a New Mainer, you could be from New Hampshire. Or you could be from Africa. It doesn't matter. You're just a New Mainer. Now, the difficulty with that, of course, is the experience of you as a New Mainer is very, very different if you are a refugee from war-torn Africa than it is if you are someone moving across the border from the state of New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
The resources required are very different. Like, everything is different, but we're changing it to a moniker because we believe that will stop the stigma that people have.
Mm-hmm. So anybody that's tuned in, what you missed earlier regarding Christina and her Dreamcast is the fact that Christina has no tolerance for any sort of altering substances, be it alcohol or caffeine or anything similar. So what that also means is that she is an extremely cheap date. And
But you like that.
you're a lot of fun really early. And then, once 2/3 of the glass is gone of the wine, then you get to be a little more unconscious, which makes it less fun. But anyhow, that's our reality, and that's okay. Do you suppose it's from the whole kidney thing?
Like I have decreased renal filtration. You mean?
Yeah.
I do tend to circulate things for a longer period of time. Like I have difficulty clearing drugs as well. I can't do opioids. Like how like when I had my shoulder reconstruction, they told me to take 2 oxycodone at a time. I can't walk. I physically can't walk if I take that dose of medication. A half of one knocks me on my ass.
How does it work for you and like muscle relaxants?
Muscle relaxants tend to not bother me because I have so much spasticity. They tend to bring me from being spastic to normal. So, but I get very fatigued.
My only story regarding muscle relaxants is when my mother was probably in her 40s, 50s, early 50s, and she had taken them because of an issue with her back. She had been prescribed them, where there was like cramps or something similar. And I remember being there at night, and there's this huge crashing sound from their bedroom. It was a small house, hard to miss. And it turns out that she had gotten up to use the bathroom, and her legs gave out on her, and she crashed into the closet. At which point my dad was saying, "Are you going to get up? Are you going to get up?" So obviously there's a lot of empathy going on there. Yeah. Yeah. Not that she's taken them for a reason, and she's currently splashed out in the closet. All right, where's the sappers at? Gunslinger. I don't see any sappers in here. I'm gonna go up top.
Okay, I'm gonna start down the bottom. There's 2 that I hopefully can take out.
I finally feel like I'm a match for gunslingers.
That's good.
Yeah. Even though I'm not really anywhere close to being set it out. I hear another one. Did you get it? Oh, I see it. There's another one down here. Okay, turns out I prefer sappers to invulnerable mistresses. I think they both kind of suck for options, though. All right, what do we got? We got tactical operative. You're getting aggro.
Mierda.
Anyhow, I have the opposite problem. So when Christina and I do let's go drink. Let's have a drinking night. It ends early. And that's all right. Oh, I just got sapped. All right.
But it does tend to end early, but if what I have figured out when I go out with the girls,
Meaning your
I
boobs?
get huh?
Do you mean your boobs?
No, I mean like my girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
When I go out with Lindsay and Danny,
Uh-huh. Is that what you call them now? Lindsay and Danny? Not Poncho and Lefty? Anyhow, continue, please. When you go out with your girlfriends.
yes. If I order a drink immediately and then just drink half of it immediately, and then take the rest of the rest of it to sort of sip and eat throughout the meal, I do okay. I just want the one drink. But, you know, I can do okay. Now,
We're being
have I had...
ambushed.
I see that. Here it seems.
We're being ambushed by, like, a bunch of different things?
And they're like gray.
Why do we have level 23 Sue here? Anyhow, we need to get to Founders Fall. Founders Falls. So I'm going to head to the monorail. Alright, so you're saying that that's the key?
Because I have to... If I drink right away, then I am tipsy, and then I just eat and sip, and then I can just maintain being just tipsy.
Uh-huh.
And then if I drink water for the last hour, I'm good.
Okay. And how much is that? You drink half and then you stay at half?
No, I drink half, and then I start eating,
And you
and I
drink
slowly drink the
the other
half.
half, I see. Well, again, you are a super cheap date drink-wise. But also somebody I really need to keep an eye on if you're drinking.
You know, when we used to go out to the strip club all the time, they had $5, well, it was 50-cent drafts and 50-cent wings. But the beer was so watered down that, and they were like in like little like 6-ounce cups.
Okay.
So it wasn't bad. There's nothing like, as a college student, being able to say I'll buy my whole table around because it's $3.
I want to go back to the tram.
Already?
Yeah, it was just to meet with, but apparently we have to board the transit.
Okay. But I spent more money on wings than booze.
Well, you know, you're an attractive woman. I'm kind of surprised you had to spend any money at all. But then again, if it was a male review doing the dancing, I guess I'm not that surprised.
Oh no, we went to, it was a lady strip club. Sometimes we went for a midget stripper night for the novelty, but they never put them on stage until like the very end of the night, and by then you're just sick of being there. And
Midget stripper night?
yeah, Tiny Tina, and what was the other one's name?
I don't even know what to think of that.
You know, it was a time.
Is this
And,
is this in Maine or is this in Florida?
No, this is in Maine. The strip clubs were way better in Florida. But
A higher quality of little people or what?
no, I mean just in general.
I see.
I mean, it's you know, at least in Florida, there's like pretty lights and nice outfits, and in Maine, it was just like pretty glitter and sadness. But
I don't know. They all seem like sad places to me that you end up sticking to the floor on.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I grew up in them. You know, like,
And you should know.
yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the back as they're trying to clean things up and prepare themselves for whatever it is that they're going to do out there. But I always thought it was weird. Do you know, when I had more stuffed animals during that period of my life than any other time, and it's because they had a little...
Like creepy stuffed animals?
No, they had a claw machine.
I see.
And guys would go and do stuff in the claw machine and give them to the dancers. So...
That's, are they like trying to get some side action there, or what?
I don't know. But I would, wind up with tons and tons of stuffies because I was sitting out back and the dancers would come in and hand them over.
I have not found the informant yet, have you?
No, I accidentally, as I was making my loop, booted myself out and had to go back in again.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the fun part about this whole experience was that at the same time my mom was dancing, she worked at IHOP. Do you know what a dream that was? Every single day was pancakes, and I got to taste every single syrup they had.
That's back when
And
they used to have a lot of different ones.
Yes. Do you remember when they used to have the rack of syrup?
I
There's
do.
like a dozen flavors,
I
if
do.
not more. And it was great. So I used to make flavor combinations where I would have like caramel and butter pecan. It's just
I do not see the informant. So I'm just going to pick an area and start working my way across it.
yeah, a cross is right for you.
Across. Wait a minute. Nope, still nothing.
Oh,
Bunch
pets.
of hands of Artemis.
My
Gonna,
pets have decided that they are going to start fighting everybody.
yeah, I'm just gonna pick a lane and drive down it here. Yeah. All right.
Nice sound by.
All right.
Mira puta, te lo voy a matar.
Oh, I found her. It, him, whatever it is.
Them.
Looks like a gunslinger. Very confusing. I am out of here.
So, did I tell you I was joking with the kids about having another baby?
No.
Yeah, so we were out there and Olivia was like, I have so many brothers. I have 4 brothers and now I'm like the only girl pretty much. And I said, well, Liv, I could have another baby. And, we can see if it's a girl. She's like, nope! All set. She goes, I know you can't tell and it may be another boy. She's like, I'm done. I don't need any more brothers. Thank you. It's like, oh my gosh. She's over all the masculine energy.
But all the cats are female.
I know. William was all for it, though. William was just like, yeah, you should have more. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have is fine. And, so then he goes over to Kristen's house. And, she picks him up. And he goes, Caesar, you gonna have another baby too? And she's like, she asked me, she sent me a message, what were you guys talking about? Because now he's asking if we're gonna have more babies. And I was like, you have 5 siblings in this house. And then there's 3 of you at your mom's house. Why do you want more siblings? He's like, I like big families. So, got one who's for it. One who is only for it if it has a certain outcome, which cannot be predicted.
Well, I mean, we could try to influence it.
Can you do that?
Sure.
It's a temperature thing, isn't it?
It's more of a distance thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Then again, that study's been kind of semi-disproven, so I really don't know for sure. 3 3. Wait, what? What? So who's shooting at you? It's your pets? Not your pets.
It was my pet. It is my pet no longer. I hear gunfire, but I don't see anybody.
It's down below where you first just came up. Ooh, I hit for almost 1,000 there. All right. Oh, hey, there's something. All right. 2 Revenant project items to destroy. So you had the exchange tonight?
No, they're upstairs.
Oh, okay. When were you talking? When was this conversation about more babies?
It was last week's derby.
Oh, I see. Uthar Uktena, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Oh, I found another one of the boxes. Apparently I have box sniffing radar going on. Well, I think you ended up going to a different level.
Did.
Alright, I'll come to your level. Never mind, you're dead.
Oh. Damn it.
I'm coming.
It's okay.
Alright, well, I see... I don't see what killed you.
Oh, they're to the right of me.
Oh, yeah, they're there. Let me clear out those other guys. Alright, I think I think I can do this. Allied Fumble, thank you for the follow. Okay, I think you're clear. I'm having the last of my wine.
What about bringing the rest of the bottle down here?
You thought about it?
I did, but the baby's still crying, and I wasn't sure if I was going to have to go back up and nurse again.
Yeah. Well, I have like a glass left, I think.
Do you have enough for me to get wasted, basically?
I have 3 times as much as necessary for you to get wasted, yes.
That's what we should do when you come back. Is do like a nice steak dinner with a glass of wine. Or like a bottle for you and 1 glass for me. And just like relax. In our, our kid-free weekends. That involve a baby.
Yeah. It's possibly one of my favorite moments ever with you.
Really tired.
Have a baby on your boob at the time. So, kid-free weekend. What do you want to do? I'm like, just look down. Just look down. All right. Defeat all Malta. Is this one? I gotta go right because brain. It's kind of hot in here.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it's just
wherever you
me.
are.
Yeah, maybe it's just me. Do you have the heaters on there?
Yes. Although it was 56 today, so I probably didn't necessarily, it's chilly in the basement.
Yeah.
I didn't make a fire today, and the kids have been complaining. But I think it's because it rained all day. Like, it rained hard all day, so it was just kind of like overcast and cold. But Olivia found a flea the other day.
Oh God.
I know. So Charlie's had a bath. Everybody's got like advantage on them, which I had here. It's more that like I had stopped for the winter, and it's mud season, which means it's warm enough that everything is trying to emerge. So
You would think with
Charlie,
the brutal weather that you had, so much wintering going on.
all the schools closing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a thing. It looks like this floor is done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the last day of school. I don't know. Did I tell you that it's June 16th because they had so many snow days?
Yeah.
Not only is it June 16th, but they had to, the early release Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
They had to extend them.
Did you actually go into 3:30 or 2:30?
Uh-huh.
It's like they had really short school days anyhow, to be honest.
Yeah.
I remember being in school longer, but that was last century, so.
When I went to high school, we were in high school 7:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon.
Nah, it's always been after 3 for us, sometimes 3:30.
Did you start at 7:30?
Usually 8.
So we started at 7:30, got out at 2:30, and the way they had it was staggered so that the older kids all got out first, just in case, because there's so many people with multi-generational households and stuff, or like single parents. So it was all set up so that the older kids got out and could watch the younger ones. And so the high school was 7:30 to 2:30, and then the elementary school got out at 3, and then the middle school got out at 3:30. There was some kind of weird study done about like when kids need the most sleep developmentally, and it was like middle school, I guess, because of all the hormones kicking in and all that crap. And I didn't have any of those middle school issues. I was a very late bloomer, so.
You had no hormones?
I looked like I was 10 until I was about 15. So I was 4'10" and about Olivia's weight. Actually, and she's not that much taller. In like 8th and 9th grade. I did not get any bigger until I was like 15. And then one summer I just kind of blew up.
See what happens when you pray for boobs? You pray too hard.
You gotta be careful.
You prayed really way too hard.
But it was hard for me because in Miami, there are so many early bloomers. Like there were girls who were in middle school who looked like they were like 16. And I think I told you about that. Like that whole, maybe I didn't, because it's such an awful story. I told you about my mom was making me pay rent in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then she moved to Maine because my papa had Lou Gehrig's disease. And her coworker moved in with me. And I had already been paying rent anyways, so it wasn't like it was any different for me. You know what I mean? Same difference as far as I was concerned. So I had... I was hoping that would do more in that situation. I had my mom's coworker move in when my mom left, and just kept the house that we had been living in at the time. We'd been there for quite a while. Since I had come back from the Dominican Republic, actually, because it was Daddy's house that he had as the bachelor pad with all the guys. And then when they left, they all got married one by one. My mom took the house over. So here I am with this house that's basically set up for roommates. And so I go ahead and get a roommate. And her name was Sharon. No, Shannon. Shannon. Because Sharon was her other character. Her name was Shannon. And Shannon was like not that much older than me. She was like maybe 21 when I was 17, 18. So she is there's those stereotypical crazy bitches. The one who's just like, I don't give a fuck what he did. I'm a finna go cut his ass. Like she was one of those.
I see.
So her boyfriend Jerome, she found out that Jerome was sleeping with some girl.
I need to go back to Peregrine.
Okay. That is Tunnel Corp? No.
I can actually just teleport there, I think. But it's just to talk to. So hold on. Don't get too anxious, yeah.
Okay. So she decides she's gonna go after this girl. She goes through my stuff and David had given me a taser for self-defense purposes. And so she took my taser and her little box cutter and whatever. And she goes to this girl's house. No, she goes and waits for the girl to get out of whatever she was doing. She knew the bus stop that she was at. Because we all took the bus everywhere. I think I didn't get my license until I was like 19. So she waits for the girl at her bus stop, accosts her. The police wind up coming. I meet her there. And there's this whole altercation going on. And the police ask the girl, they're like, well, we need to get your information, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, I have to call my mom. And the cop says, all right, what school do you go to? The girl says, Gratney Elementary School.
Oh my God.
He says, how old are you? He says, I'm 12.
Really?
And she's 6th grade, and he was sleeping with her at the time. And here she was, this poor little 6th grader, shocked by a taser by this angry, hefty, crazy bitch. And I remember feeling so bad. And then the whole reason that I had to come out is because the taser was mine. And she was just like, it's not even mine. And she like gave me up on it. And so then they confiscated it and wrote me up for having a weapon.
Uther, you're welcome. COH has been kind of one of those passion things for so many years, and when it came back, I didn't even know it came back until like late 2020. It's already been out for probably half a year before I even knew it. Wait, I had to be in Brickstown. I'm in the wrong spot.
I'm headed to there.
So yeah, I was out for like the better part of a year before I even knew it. And Christina was kind enough to just humor me and jump in and play as well.
I'm terrible.
Well, we suck at gaming. So, and it helps that Zach hasn't been around because Zach's actually fairly competent. So his name didn't quite match the moniker so well.
Saved our asses.
Yeah.
I did talk to him today.
Oh yeah. What's he up to?
He's really tired, but he would try and hop on chat with us later.
Oh, that's cool. Brickstown.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of hidden.
Must be down below.
Yeah.
Is it a tuck under garage?
It is very much a tuck under garage.
Yeah. Should think of a different thing to refer to that as, I guess. I'm not sure what you'd refer to it as, though.
I mean, the description makes sense.
It's a tuck under garage, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've heard it be in reference to people. For people. Really? How many gunslingers are going to be? You know what? I'm just going to kick him in the face. Hold on. All right. Oh my god. I did that so wrong.
What, you're supposed to do it?
I attacked point blank before I had teleported.
Yeah, exactly.
That was amazing. Yeah.
That was so
I've only
cool.
done it like a million times tonight already.
Ah, that's like finishing before you even got it on.
You know? I don't even know what you're referring to specifically. And it's never happened to me, so... Whatever it is, I've never done it. Oh, I'm being blasted. I'm assuming that was part of the worst experiences storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a common thread?
You know, it's something that happens.
No. Maybe in your experience. It does not happen in mine. Hey, what's up? Kicked in the face. Wait a minute. What are you fighting? Oh, I didn't even see that guy. Was he hidden in a box or something?
Yeah. Remember that other one where they were like all stacked behind each other?
Mm.
There's another one of those when I came around the corner.
And stay down.
I should check on the baby.
Yep. Grunt.
He has had a very... He does not like it when his routine is disturbed. We got up early and got in the car to go to the Derby.
Mm-hmm.
He's not been a fan.
Has he, what's going on here?
Has he left?
I'm guessing it was not a quiet place again.
It wasn't that bad. Honestly, it was way less than the dodgeball tournament was.
The dodgeball tournament was such an exercise in pain.
Yeah, that was brutal. We really should have gotten him ear protection for that. I don't know how he slipped.
I had no idea. No idea. Who is... I see it.
So what got him at the Derby was that I wore him. I put him in the little baby wearer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which was great because he, relaxed and went to sleep. It was terrible because anytime I cheered or clapped for William, it woke him up. That was sort of unfortunate. But he slept like kind of intermittently for a chunk of that. Of course, I get him to sleep in its intermission, and I'm like, oh good, he's got like, he'll have like a solid 30 minutes. My mom walks up behind him and shakes him. And I'm like, no, you do. She's like, I couldn't tell he was asleep.
She's an interesting person.
Yeah. Well, she walks up, she goes, hey, Sam! And I'm like, no. No. And then she said they were going back to Lots for Tots to buy more stuff for him to spend time at their house.
Oh, come on.
That's just who she is. And then she proceeded to tell Erin and the other scout moms, who are complete strangers to her, about all the stuff she's already bought for her grandchild.
Woohoo! I was low on health there. Very, very, very low.
Oh, wait, can you stay there for a second? I want to see if I can do something.
Oh?
And
Yeah, look at that. All right, I'm gonna go kick that sapper in the head. What's that?
It doesn't do much. I don't think I've socketed it.
That's right. I like that I can actually take sappers out, like, before they actually know that I even exist. Alright. Well, somewhere in here is the last hostage. Oh, like right there. Somewhere near here. Can't say exactly where. Alright, we're out of here. Okay, mission completed. Call, available missions, port transit. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually have the close the ruptures missions for you too. I'm kind of liking the these. Hey, do you want to go to
Yes.
what?
Do I want to go?
You want to go? You want to go? You want a piece of this? You want to go? No, I was going to ask if you want to go talk to the contact that we've been working off of.
Where are they?
Contact is Crimson on Peregrine, so let's I'll pop up.
Hold on. Let's see if Crimson is in my list.
If he is, you probably have a phone for him. With our 2012, is that when it first came out? I'm trying to think of when it was released. It was one of those ones where we were playing as an alternative. I think it was not long after, like, Ultima Online. What a painful game that was. So painful.
Do you know what game I found most painful?
No, I do not.
It was... Oh, it's not Legends of Zelda. Maybe it is Legends of Zelda? Because you just... It's one of those ones where you, like, got into it and you just wandered around everywhere and it was, like, no set anything. I feel like it is Legends of Zelda.
There's been like a billion Legends of Zelda.
Like, it was, like, the original one.
Okay. Peregrine.
Because, you know, I have no sense of direction. And if you have a game that doesn't even have a map and you just wander places, it's hell.
Alright, Crimson's like over here.
Talk to Unai Kimen. That's what they keep telling me. Everybody's been telling me to go to him.
Alright, so let's run your mission.
That
Close
is
the
what I
dimensional
mean.
ruptures. Do you want to... You're running at +2 times 4. Well, let's see how it goes. That might work. I think you're running like what we would normally run if Zach was around. We'll see how it goes.
Zach is tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, you know, I've been contemplating doing contract work on the side.
Yeah, what kind of contract work?
Stripping. No, I would never
Stripping?
be good at that. No. Project management contract work. Because you can bill between $35 and $50 an hour.
You can make a fortune stripping.
I could not make a fortune stripping. In Maine, maybe.
Oh god, yeah.
Definitely not in Florida. I do not have enough booty. Or perky enough boobs. or low enough morals.
Yeah. I thought somebody told you you'd make a fortune in stripping. And why
Oh
were you
yeah,
bothering
Dr.
working?
Boston told me that in high school. Because here I am working in the vet's office, right, in high school, because I'm gonna go be a veterinarian.
Hmm.
And the freaking veterinarian is telling me that I should just be a stripper because I'm pretty enough and I'd make more money. I'd make more money and have less stress if I was just a stripper.
Yeah.
Story of my life over and over and over
So
again.
isn't the company in question likely to have issue with that?
I think only if it overlaps the industry. My thing is I want to get into IT because there's a lot more opportunity for me to go somewhere else if I get into IT. So I'm hoping if I can take some smaller IT work that I can get enough resume experience. Because right now I don't have the experience. If that makes sense. There you are. It's like a whole little graveyard of them.
Yeah.
So, but no, none of my work relates to IT. My work is all fluffy. So. Although I guess, you know, those events I planned before I left and then just like walked away from, I guess they were fantastic.
Where'd you go?
Well, yeah, but what they've decided is they want me to keep doing that, where like I do all the logistics work. So like I negotiate the contracts and the venues and all that stuff, and then they will just do the rest of it.
I think you got their attention.
Oops. Oh, and I got the big booga guy.
Yeah.
Just get struck by lightning by somebody.
That's the ancient storms out there. Ancient of storms. I can't get close to him because of that hurricane he's got running. All right.
Yeah, I got distance. Distance stiffs. But yeah, I think I keep getting pinged by recruiters, and then they ask questions around like those aspects, and I don't have the experience. And I just am tired of getting ghosted. So I'd rather put it in the work, be more versatile. Never hurts to learn new things, right? And maybe I could be as tech savvy as someone from Generation X.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you have a problem with technology? Like, do you have your clocks like this sitting around flashing? Because of your age.
Not because of my age.
Well, that was the question you asked me. That was it. The personal rancor in that question.
No.
I'm not even going to dignify. Not even going to dignify. All right.
No. Fell off the side.
All right. Did you get the one that was close by?
Yeah, and I got this other one over here while you were distracting the other group.
Okay. Just let me keep on doing all of the work, and you can get all of those things. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
I just got like 3 of them in a row.
Yeah, oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Glad I can continue to distract people so that you can do all the easy stuff. Glad I can do that for you.
Sure. I think that's a great strategy.
Never mind the fact that, I'm a blaster without stealth. Just to know that.
Well, the mission's over, so you can hit exit.
I gotta kill this guy. Alright, I'm out. How's the bambino, the potato baby?
Did you see him almost laughing today? Yeah, that's exactly what he does. It's so cute. He's getting there.
Yeah.
It'll be soon.
All right. Well, you have to return to the contact. So I'm going to run and grab some water. I'll be right back. All right. Back. Keep everybody entertained. Tell them all of your jokes.
Oh, fuck you. You know, I'm not very good at most things. I will say that this man is one of the most kind and incredible people I've ever met, and I know all of you enjoy listening to him because he's smooth and fun and entertaining, and honestly, he's even better in real life than he is virtually. So I'm glad you guys get a chance to share. More dimensional pictures. I don't even know which place I'm going to. Straight ahead. So, I am very directionally challenged to the extent that there are left and right stickers on my monitor so that I can have a reference if I get requested to go somewhere. But, I have a master navigator in my dear Paul, so usually it is not an issue. Although I do get lost a lot of times on mission maps, which make it so that I am a bit less of a contributor in City of Heroes than I should be. So I also have this problem with not really determining what role I want to play on the team. So, you have your tanker, and you have your healer, and you have your defender, and you've got, I just, can't pick a task. It's like I've got ADD. And sometimes that can be very challenging for the people that I play with. But after years of all playing together, especially playing City of Heroes together, you would think I would have figured some kind of something out, but the problem persists.
What is this one about?
We're closing 20 more dimensional ruptures.
Dimension, really? Well, I'll be darned. So you think you might be ADD? I wonder if you should be medicated.
He said that was an option to explore once I had the baby. Although I feel like maybe if I was very, very productive, you might find it fulfilling yet also slightly disturbing.
Why is that?
Oh, you're just used to me being as I am.
I
It
see.
doesn't mean it wouldn't be pleasant. It just would be, I think from the very beginning of our relationship straight through, I think for the most part I've been very consistent.
Uh, who's Merkin? Oh my God. Who's Merkin? That is the question.
Wait, somebody asked you that question.
Nah, we just got to follow from who's Merkin.
Oh,
And you know, I was told recently that Christina was having an extensive conversation about Merkins.
I was. Yeah. I was told you have a self-cleaning one.
You, yeah, I was one who told you that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, mierda.
Apparently,
Oops. Oh, don't die. I died.
I guess we really don't know. You know what the go-to is for hairstyle options in the 2020s. Do we know? Because you know the 70s, pretty straightforward. 80s pretty straightforward too. And then for like the last 20 years after that, pretty straightforward. But now, no, kind of not. It's a free for all. It's a free for all down there. Nobody knows. I can only speak anecdotally, however, because I only have access to the one. You know, I will kill you guys. Yep. Shrink. All right. It's a great name, by the way.
What is?
Who's Merkin?
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Down to 3. I guess they're down the center row. Well, there's one. I don't know, Christina, you have finger on the pulse. You know what's going on with today's woman and vaginas. What, what's that?
You're gonna trigger me getting an onslaught. Don't do it.
A what? An onslaught?
They'll change tots to something else.
Oh. I see. Is that actually a danger?
It is a danger. Every so often they'll say, by Christina's request, and you just get spammed with it.
It's like your own little personal hell, huh?
They find it greatly amusing.
Are you traumatized by that? Or not?
No, I mean, it's like... just is. That's alright.
How did Tata's Out Tuesday start anyhow?
Alex had all the girls over, and they decided they were just gonna do it, I think in Hawaii,
Oh, okay.
and just, did.
Oh,
So they did it around the pool all together.
all right. Pays to have kind of your own little private resort slash private beach, I guess, in Kauai. Wait, how did that work out, given Isabel's complexion?
There's an old, you really should get out there. this before she leaves.
How's that going to work? I don't have time to do anything I have to do here. How am I going to get out there too?
Oh, I don't have to do it right now. Well, now we have a timed mission to close the ruptures.
Oh no. Oh no. Why you want to see? You want to see my tatas out around the pool?
Around the pool. No, if you recall, all the walls open,
Yeah.
so that she can sit inside the walls, but still be next to the pool with all the walls open.
I see. All right. More ruptures. What? This is the one we were physically fighting over it last night. With you, like, sneaking in every time I was in combat and closing the one I was just fighting next to. Like, what? I'm helping. Are you really helping?
Making it go faster.
Making go faster by helping me kill the things.
But they don't all have to be killed. We just keep them distracted.
Keep them all distracted? Because, I mean, you realize what's distracting them is me fighting them, right?
You're amazing at that. Have I told you I love you today?
Oh my god. You're just defaulting to that, aren't you?
No. I was just asking if I have.
No, you have not. But I get what you're doing. I do.
Okay.
It is the least subtle attempt to distract.
Have your camera on to see my face. It's not even helping.
No, it's that and boobs. The boobs is actually much more effective.
It is, but like you're not watching my.
Are you following me again? Oh my god,
No,
stop following me.
You followed me to that
I
one.
was already there.
Jeez.
You followed me to that one as I'm closing it. You followed me to it. This is just like spread out. All right. What, oh, I see one.
See, you didn't have to fight anybody.
I fought like 3 or 4 groups. How many did you fight?
0.
Yeah. You want to know why? Because I fought 3 or 4 groups. That's why.
You know, it's because it's called stealth.
Yeah, except you couldn't stealth and actually do that because when you actually try to click on something next to a group, you unstealth.
Well, I did all the ones that didn't have groups. While I was being all stealthily. Like a cat.
Yeah, like a cat. Meow, meow, meow.
Like a cat that's deaf and blind in one eye.
Yeah.
It's doing pretty good though.
All right. I don't know what your contact has now, but I don't have access to it, whatever it is.
He's doing that same thing. Remember when you said it was just accepting the missions by default?
Uh-huh.
Ruptures? It's the exact same.
Except it's not. You don't have a mission up right now.
Malta Group. The Malta Group has been a thorn in my side ever since they learned of the extent of...
Wait, do you need to pick one or the other?
Yes.
This is where you pick Carnival Shadows or Malta?
Malta or Werewolf World?
Werewolf World. Let's do Werewolf World.
No.
Why not?
Go to Werewolf World... First of all, because it's hard to say. But go to the...
How is Werewolf World hard to say?
It's a lot of woo sounds. Okay.
It's not like buttons.
Go to the werewolf world.
Wait, do you have your camera on? Hold on a second.
Go to the werewolf world, and fix the dimensional patches.
Uh-huh.
This is what I can't. The certain word combinations are really hard. Werewolf. I say it a lot in my head because of the books I read, but I don't say it out loud a lot. So, you know,
Because of
werewolf.
all the werewolf smut that you read?
Not that much anymore because I moved on to the crime bosses. Okay, and all the billionaire stories.
The billionaire werewolves?
There are billionaire werewolves.
Of course there are.
Yeah. Yeah. But no. So, anyways, go to the werewolf world.
Who's Merkin? Sorry about the 10-minute wait. While Christina works out these words, the server we're on is Excelsior.
Excelsior. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some issues with like a stream griefer, so it's been a 10-minute default for us. So
Yeah, that dude was super salty.
it really was kind of nasty. So I set it for 10 minutes, just so that he couldn't keep on creating accounts to spam us
Yeah.
with abuse. So sorry about the wait, but yeah, we're on Excelsior. So which one are you
Feel free
picking?
to join us.
Yes, very much so.
I'm kind of tired of fixing patches everywhere.
Well, let's not do that anymore then. Do you want to pick? Okay. Wait, this is street sweeping. Oh my God, you picked a street sweeping mission.
Damn it. Is it just 50 Malta operatives anywhere?
Probably, but where are you going to find them? That's Nemesis. Circle of Thorns. Circle of Thorns.
Turn the camera, like your visual on, just because you wanted to watch me try to pronounce
I still do, and you don't have your camera on.
werewolf. Werewolf. Oh, it is on, but it's not on. That's why.
Oh my God.
It was on, but like I had it in the preview screen.
To look at what you're going to go with, or whatever. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me.
I picked a background today.
Yeah.
When my hair's not all curly, I can do backgrounds, but when my hair's curly, it leaves really weird margins.
All right, what am I doing here? Setting.
Street sweeping the Malta.
Discord. Done.
Oh, who's Merkin? Look for Captain Sunder and Friends if you'd like to join us.
What am I doing here?
It's Captain Sunder.
Correct. You are correct.
I can say Captain, right?
What am I doing? What is this? What am I grabbing? Goodness. All right. Yeah, it's because there's a hard P. You know what a hard P is like. Of course, you know what a hard P is like. All right.
It's it. Why do you do this to me?
All right. What am I doing here? Properties, Discord, Socket Gaming. Done.
Allied Fumble wants to offer a promotion of your channel.
Hey, offer promotion of channel. Price is lower. I think that is a.
I think we're good with our
prices
$2 a month in revenue.
I don't want to get too popular. I really don't. And we're succeeding at that greatly at this point. Wait. I'm gonna let you keep on looking around for him. Delete. I'm gonna add a source.
Is it T?
Is what T?
Thing where you can see what group somebody belongs to.
They show up under your target.
Yeah. That's target. T. To have it show up on the screen, remember? So you have the little thingy that does the
What?
like what level they are.
Isn't your target thing always on? How do you target things?
I just click on them.
And then they show
Click
you.
on everything. Everything gets clicked on individually. And you're saying to yourself, and these things all add up to explain so much.
Yeah, I honestly I don't understand how you have your stuff set up. To be honest. All right.
Oh, he's got so who's Merkin says they have all their 50s on Torchbearer.
Nemesis.
You figured out how to transfer them though, didn't you? It's
Oh yeah,
really easy.
there's like 5 free credit transfers every 3 days.
Yeah. So you can transfer one over to Excelsior and then transfer back and forth. I don't
But
remember how you do it.
there's also there's a really good chance that we're going to start out with like a fresh server at some point and just do like a 1 through 50, actually following all of the stuff without any boosters. So that may be happening in a relatively near future.
You're going to set up your own server?
No. I'm going to just pick up like one of the servers we're not currently on. Like I forget what other servers are out there for us. Not the French one, but wait a minute. What are you? Nemesis. My God, Christina. My God. Hey, you found 3 of them now.
I did, but that's the only 3 I found in all of my running around.
These are all Nemesis.
Yep.
So much Nemesis. But anyhow, yeah, we're planning on, well, long-term planning on just doing a group like 1 to 50. And doing it the hard way. No experience boosters. No nothing. Just running through. Kind of enjoying the storylines. And actually, I think I have a level 1 tanker set up in Pretoria on whatever server that's out that I can't think of. It's kind of waiting for us to actually start that process. So if you don't want to do a transfer, hang out for maybe a few weeks and we may be starting up one there. Rick T.
You're going to do that on Torchbearer?
Is that what it is? It's a Torchbearer. Hold on, let me see.
There's Excelsior. There's Reunion. Reunion is the French one.
Let's see. Forums, homecoming. Getting started. Help and support. Developer corner. Feedback. General discussion. Tools. Guides. Roleplay on the market. Torchbearer. Excelsior. Everlasting. Indomitable. And Reunion. I do not remember which one it is. I think it may be Torchbearer. So if you don't, and I can always transfer it myself, because obviously I have no attachment to it being level 1. So much Richty, my goodness.
Yeah, I found the beach was all Richty, and then inland, just inland of the Richty is Carnival. And then there was tons and tons of Nemesis.
Nemesis is everywhere.
They're very prolific.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say that we have to find him here, so I wonder if we can actually find a different zone that has...
I'm sure we could.
More.
What zone has Maltas?
I do not know. Let me see if I can use Alta Vista and find out.
Alta Vista?
Yes.
No, I said what is Alta Vista?
What is Alta Vista? Alta Vista is the cool version of Google. All right. What am I doing? I've already forgotten. Oh, yeah. What zone has Malta? City of Heroes. Peregrine. Wait. What? Outer Islands. Wait. Beware the outer islands. Fierce monsters roam their shores, waiting for their heroes. Well, that doesn't help me at all. Malta operatives. Ripty Warzone. Malta field if you turn for attack ops, blah blah blah. Tell me what Malta are. I don't care about Malta are. Where they are. I don't want to know where they are. Could we do this in a mission? Do I have a mission? I don't have any missions. Because I think my mission's well, we could do my mission. Let's do my mission. Maybe there'll be Malta in my mission. They would count.
I'm in a tunnel.
I'm just going to go to the ferry.
The ferry is not the same as...
What's going on here?
Oh, I really like the beat here. Some zones just have really good music, okay?
Most of them are evil.
Yeah, the best zones for music are evil.
Yeah.
You know, the ferries on the good side are much cleaner looking than the ones on the bad side.
It didn't help. Okay, we need to go to the monorail, I guess. Or we could go to Ouroboros, but I'm going to go to the monorail because why not? Going to show off my excellent navigation skills. It's be wonderful. This ended up being a Malta group we ended up fighting. Percy Square.
God, I had kids for a second. Kid-free weekend. I meant to turn the camera on and check on the baby.
Lives of Artemis. Alright, well. They're not Malta. Just gonna fly around until I get voices.
He's still awake. It's been over an hour.
Yeah? Is he still doing a baby protest?
Looks like it. That's no good. I'm gonna go up there and he's gonna be all overheated and exhausted and cranky.
You'll pay for interfering with our hunt, Fumio. Oh, I'll pay, alright. Never. Alright. Because I'm broke. Go ahead and charge me. I'm just going around the outskirts right now.
You can put it on your tab.
I'll put it on my printer. My printer. Nothing. Like usually like right out here. But I don't see anything.
We're looking for a cowering ambassador somewhere.
I'm looking for voices. Or yeah, a cowering ambassador, possibly. They seem like they usually put him close to buildings. It's pretty rare that he's out in the open. That they're out in the open. Oh, I found him.
Why can't I fly?
You're probably webbed.
I was wet. I'm moving. so tired, he's just squeaking. He's got one arm out. What is the temperature in there? Tell me. We got, what, like 10 more minutes?
Yeah, about.
Surprised William hasn't come down. Hey, Mom. Sam's still crying. But they're getting to this point right now where they're starting to just ignore it. Which is amazing to me because I can't do it the way they can do it. We took Charlie to the dog wash today. He's very unhappy about it. And William read in the back seat next to a screaming baby the whole time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Obvious. Oh, I introduced William to dystopian fantasy. He's so into it right now. And so, have you ever read The Giver by Lois Lowry?
The thing the movie was made from?
Well, yeah, but it's the book.
No. I've never read it. I've seen the movie.
I've never seen the movie, so we're coming at it from the opposite sides.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure the concept is the same. So that is his introduction, and he's just like, why would people give all of that up? Why would people choose to lose all these things? And I said, well, the later generations didn't choose. They didn't know it existed. And that, you just like, you enter into a world and that's all you know. And he's like, but that's just wrong. And it's like, yeah.
We'll check out the Ricky Warzone.
That's that where you're going?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you get there from the transit?
I think you have to go to the Vanguard building. There's one in Atlas. Straight ahead from the the Globe. Interestingly, strangely, I've been watching a few like documentaries or videos on Che Guevara and the revolution in 1959 of Cuba recently, and it's very interesting. All of it, the process of how it went from being a standard of living very similar to most developed European nations to being something where they're making the equivalent of $16.50 a month on average, and unable to find most foods from state-run stores, and how that all changed.
Yeah. Kim was just saying how if there was a place she wanted to go, it would be Cuba.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you can actually get there legally now from the United States. Up until a couple of years ago, you couldn't.
Yeah.
But
She said just the mix of old and new.
Yeah. So the videos I've seen, they've done like walkthroughs, like this is what it's like to be in Havana, and there's this weird mixture of buildings that have fallen down completely that at one point in time must have been amazing. Mm-hmm. But
well, even the cars where they're still all driving like the old mechanical cars from the 1950s and 60s because it's all mechanical.
50s.
And it can be it can be repaired.
Yeah. Yeah, but the combination was interesting, where they were showing these buildings that had fallen down, and what had happened was, in like the early revolution time, where most of the wealthy fled,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this huge brain drain going on. They took these houses of the wealthy and these hotels that were, just amazing bits of architecture, mostly built by mobsters from the United States. Um,
I don't know where
and
you went.
I went to the just I don't know how to describe it. Come to my arrow. There you go. And they divided them up and gave them to all the people. So you would just simply get a mansion for your family, or you could get a hotel room for your family. Either way, and one of them was not necessarily better than the other. That's cray. Because people couldn't afford to do the maintenance on the mansions, and so the mansions would gradually fall apart, where the walls would fall off, and the ceilings would cave in, and all that. Vanguard, Vanguard, cray, cray, cray. And how, because they didn't have access to any of the mechanical stuff from the United States, because there was this standoff where the U.S. under, I think, Eisenhower, when they took over all of the United States companies, they assumed state control of all the different private property that the United States had owned regarding production of sugar cane. Um, the United States started this embargo process, and then once they started the embargo process, Cuba took over all foreign investment, all the private property in Cuba, and distributed it out. And anybody who owned more than 1,000 acres of land was cut down to 1,000, and their land was given to in 47-acre chunks out to the people to farm. And it was interestingly done. Um, I'm not seeing Malta here.
I'm not seeing Malta anywhere.
I see
Lots of prey,
lots
lots
of
of
Ricti.
I mean, it is the Ricky war zone. Lots of Arachnos.
Ricti.
Mixed smattering of Vanguard here and there.
Council. 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 Council.
I got a cluster.
Cluster what?
Maltas.
Oh, do you? Well, where there's one Malta, there's usually more Malta. Oh, I gotta select your mission. Yeah, that counts.
Very dramatic background music.
Who are these guys? Who cares about the council?
Lots of monkeys.
Lots of council. Anyhow, it was very, very interesting. I was fairly unaware of all the things that have happened in Cuba. And it sounds to me like even now there's a lot of controversy regarding the United States and the CIA's role in trying to assassinate certain members of whatever revolution were happening. And
There's been something I have found really interesting that have happened out of U.S. actions in the Caribbean. Even just looking at Haiti, and Haiti just absolutely falling apart, where Haiti spoke up and said, the UN and all of you came in here. You caused all these problems. You guys were, molesting kids that were coming in for programs. You infested all of our water with cholera when we have little to no infrastructure. And they were like, we need you guys to get out. And so then, of course, when everything happened with their presidential assassination and all of that stuff, now everybody's just like, you know what? Not our problem. They're just letting it all fall apart, and it's all escalating into like gang warfare now.
You know, I'm not aware, and I don't want to get too political. I'm not aware of any single time necessarily, other than maybe Japan, where the United States got involved in
And
the
it always goes bad.
in the running of a country of some sort, and that ended up going well. I think Japan may be the sole exception in that. Japan ended up being kind of well run, and that's actually MacArthur did most of that before he got canned. Goodness. Well, this Malta thing is just a complete pain in the
Oh, I'm
patootie.
taking them off. We're down to 29.
Where are you finding them? Going back.
Zapper.
There we go.
26.
Oh, there's a bunch right there. We'll probably get done just in time to log out for the night. It's actually after time, but we're down to 10, so. Nine. All right, 4 left. Yeah, Haiti's in a tough spot. They have, I'm assuming you never visited Haiti yourself, even though you're right next door to it for,
No,
I don't know,
our
a
maid,
year or so.
the maid we had in the DR, was from Haiti. There's a lot of like conscripted slavery type situations where people will essentially just give one of their children over to work in the Dominican Republic. So that, well, A, they have one less to feed and take care of, so B, they can save some money. So we had Anne Marie, who was Haitian, and she was the maid of the house.
All right, we're done.
Sweet.
I'm going to pop back to Pocket D. Gonna get some D, yeah. I guess Root 2 Warzone was an option. Whoops. There we go. All right. We're going to shut her down for the night, guys. We're going to see if anybody else is available for me to raid. Thank you again to, I believe it was Elzabar, for the raid, and everybody who joined in tonight. Really appreciate it. We'll see who is available. In the meantime, check us out on the YouTube. We're there under the same name. And we'll hope to see you next week. In the meantime, be well and do good work and keep in touch. Let's see who we got. We got Cosmic Fire. Let's go ahead and raid Cosmic. Right, and